All right, we are live. We are live. Hey, everybody, how's it going? How you doing? How you doing? Hey,
Building.
today I got Defiant hanging out. And before we get to that, for everybody who's watching right now, if you don't know who I am, my name is the Dreamer, and this is my place, hanging with the Dreamer. Technology at its finest. Oh boy. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Today I've got Defiant. Would everybody like to introduce themselves?
Hi, I'm Big Al. I do vocals and guitar.
I'm Joe, and I do guitar.
That's
Something
it.
with it. I pretend. That's we have. We have two other
Cool.
guys, but they're not here.
Yeah, no. They're only
Well,
allowed to leave the dungeon on Sundays
hmm,
and Fridays. We don't let them out any other time.
Paul.
Yes.
cool, man. All right, all right, awesome, awesome. So, tell my tell my loyal listeners about who Defiant is.
Well, Defiant started out as a group of homeless men living at the rehab center, and we had pawned off all but our music gear to supply our habits. And we decided, you know what, we're going to start a juke band. And after that didn't work out, we decided, well, maybe punk and metal would work out better. So we had a group of guys, but in reality, Joe had a Paul, our bassist, and um, another guy on drums that were jamming, and they put a Craigslist ad up saying they were looking for a singer. Initially, it was just a cover band; they were just doing cover songs, and I had responded on that Craigslist ad. Um, I have been in the Central Pennsylvania music scene for a couple of years, and so I hit up Joe, and we came in. It was pretty much an instant fit. We jammed for a while, did some covers, and found out that we all had some pretty good writing potential. Started writing original songs, signing up for a couple of gigs. Um, Booted out the drummer that was in the band because he was trash. And then we brought in Paul Cochran, our second Paul, back on drums to kind of complete the outfit. And we kind of just been running ever since. Been almost 3 years now.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. Well, in the chat, we've got my good friend Bill, the person who runs the Essential Guitarist group on Facebook. And
Hi, Bill.
I just want to
What's
give
up,
a
Bill?
big shout out and check them out. Check out the group if you guys haven't seen it already. Bill Eagleson's a great guy, and there's great people in that group. There's great guitarists in that group. And I enjoy being a moderator for the group. I really enjoy that group. Um,
Fitz, great guitarist. I don't belong there.
Yeah, no, we're not essential.
No.
sure you are.
No.
You both are. Uh, you rock too, Bill. Yeah, you guys are important, man. You guys play. You guys stand for something that makes you important. You know,
Oh, thanks.
don't kid yourself. So, what are the plans for? What are the plans for? Oh, check this out before I finish what I was going to say.
No,
All guitarists are essential. Remember
that's
that.
not true. It's not true at all.
Yeah, come on, man.
Not
Remember
true.
that. Hey, my buddy Poo Ninja is here, man. In the meeting, but I'll catch the repost. Hey, thanks, Pooh. Thanks for hanging in. Say hi to Defiant before you split, man.
Who's that?
Hi, Poo Ninja.
Bill,
Ninja.
Bill Eagleson, I concur. Absolutely. Absolutely. Check out his group. Get involved with that group on Facebook, Essential Guitarists, man. Take it
All
from
right.
another
So that,
take it from another guitar player. it's a group to be in. It's pretty cool. I
Do you
really
play guitar,
enjoy
Will?
it. Yeah, I do actually.
Hey,
Very cool.
And right now, I'm just running direct out. I'm running a Boss GT1 until I get my hands on the Using Kentner Black Spirit 200.
Listen, the Boss GT ain't nothing to joke about. The thing is sick.
What's that?
So you said you use a Boss GT10?
Nah, GT1.
Oh, okay. Still.
And that's pretty great, man. I use Studio 1.5 Pro Personas. I also use Personas Capture. I have the Friedman plugins from Universal Audio. I'm talking about being shot down in mid swing by COVID. Well, not really shot down, but I have a big crate full of pedals because I wanted to get a pedal board made, and because I wanted to do a one-man show with a gas generator. That was my idea. And then, bam, COVID hit. Hey, Anthony's here. What's up, Anthony? What's good, Will? How you doing? What's going on, Ant? Say hi
What's up,
to
Anthony?
Defiant, man.
What's happening, man?
Poo Ninja. No face, no Facebook. So Janice Lala is here. Hey, Janice, how's it going? Say hi to Defiant. Thanks for coming to the show today. Cool.
What's up, Janice?
Some good musicians are showing up, man. Cool.
Cool. You want to replace me in a metal band?
Come on, man. No, that's your spot. Poo Ninja. Or maybe there has to be coffee involved.
Not coffee, unfortunately.
Funny.
Always have some cold.
Hey, Janet's saying hi to Defiant.
Hello.
What's up, Janice?
Stay healthy. Find some reason to smile today.
Yeah, send some smiles, Janet. We need some positive energy over here today. And I'm speaking for myself. It's all good. Everything's all good. So, how did the deal with Curtain Call Records come about?
We signed a big check for a lot of money.
Just dropping the EP around to different places, and you know, they were the only one that returned the call.
Well, they're a good one. I think that after COVID and all this stuff is finally over with once and for all, I think that Janice said, "Me too. I need it." I'll hang out for a while, Janice. Let's see what we can do about that. I really think there are some big things and positive things on the horizon for bands and for artists. And I think that there is, I could sit around here in my house and I could be all dragged out and be all bummed out and, be drunk, be negative. And believe me, I've seen so much happen real close around me. It would be very easy for me to be like that. My mom had it. My wife had it. And mild cases, but still had it. There's no way around it.
You avoided it.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. So.
You don't know.
I'll tell you, I was living on the edge of edge of the cliff, man, for about a week. And it, you could feel the shiz, man. You, it, it's crushing. It's crushing. And I think that the way to get through this, at least I could tell you the way I'm doing it, is I'm just trying to focus. As hard as it is sometimes, I'm trying to focus on my craft. I'm trying to focus on my art. I'm trying to make my mixer work right. You know, and so back to enough about me. This ain't about me today. It's about you guys. You guys have a new single out called Wendy, right?
Yes.
Yep.
So, what's that song all about? What's your inspiration behind Wendy?
Suicide.
Albert.
It's about killing yourself. I mean, if we want to get down to brass tacks, it's about killing yourself. So I battle with mental health and depression and anxiety every single day. It's something I've dealt with my entire life. Wendy specifically was a song lyrically that primarily centers around the after effects. Everybody talks about suicide. It's a big tragedy. It's a really big hardship for anybody that has to deal with suicidal thoughts, and anybody who has to deal with a family member or a friend who goes down that sort of road. But what we don't know and what we can't know is what happens after the fact of somebody dying. What happens when a life ceases to be? What is on the other side? And specifically with Wendy, it's what is on the other side of suicide.
Yeah.
Now, I'm personally, I believe in God, and I consider myself a Christian in faith. And according to that faith, a suicide would warrant going down to hell. So Wendy was kind of a lyrical description of that. If you kill yourself to stop the suffering and to escape, and you use that as an out and an exit, on the other side of it isn't going to be any better. It's just going to be a living nightmare for the rest of eternity. I'm not saying that that's exactly what would end up happening. There's no way for me to know that, but from my personal insight onto it, that's what I think would happen. The underlying tone of the song is to understand that the struggles that you're dealing with now that are making you feel suicidal and they're making you feel like you want to end things, your life is a written book as you write it. By ending it early, it's not going to be as finalized. So yeah, and the reason it's called Wendy is because I used to work at Wendy's, and it has nothing to do with anything. It's just it was a placeholder, and it ended up being a funny joke.
Well, what would you say to other people that suffer from a depression or a manic disorder or a debilitating pre-existing condition that they're probably going to have for the rest of their lives? What's the best way that people can? What would be your suggestion as somebody who is familiar with all this stuff?
Surround yourself with positive people, and don't be afraid to show weakness, and don't be afraid to ask for help. It's sometimes the most difficult thing to do is to say that you need help, and that you are sad, you are struggling, and that you need assistance. We are human, we are prideful, we have this, and especially when it comes to men are thought to they have to be masculine, they have to be strong, they have to be stern, they can't show emotion or fear or cry, and it's just not the case. You need to accept the fact that you can't do it on your own. and you need to be able to ask for help. And if that help also means seeking professional medical advice from a therapist or a psychiatrist, or being medicated. I mean, I'm medicated. I take an anxiety and antidepressant medication to help curb things, but then I also surround myself with positive influences, positive people. And music is a very great outlet for me. And it's an outlet to everybody. Even if you don't play music, listen to music. Listen to music that makes you feel good. And I think metal is a great outlet for that. I think metal and punk, because of its aggressiveness and its veracity, it allows you to kind of explode in a safe way. So I definitely think that would be my recommendation: is don't be afraid to get help, and don't be afraid to surround yourself with good vibes and positive people.
Well, we have a few more people. Speaking of positive vibes and good people, popping in to the chat, my good friend Marcy Douglas, who's a real righteous songwriter in her own right. She says hello to Defiant and everybody.
Marcy, send me your links. I want to check out your music. Please do.
Well, thank you for that. And Sel is here. And hi, Willstar. Sel saying hi to Ant. Sel saying hi to everybody. And
hey, Sel.
So what's happening?
Thanks for all your work, Sel. Sel's actually the one for her call that's pushing our single right now, so she's doing a great job. So thank you, Sel.
Sel, you're wonderful.
Yeah, Sel is awesome. She really is. Essential guitarist. Bill right there says, well said. There you go. See what I mean? Essential Guitarist Group. Check them out.
There's one thing I know well. It's being sad.
Marcy Douglas, I will. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
The big heart.
Send it to the Defiant Facebook page, Defiant17055. Message us, send us links. We'll share your shit. Or I'll personally share your shit. Definitely. I'm stoked. I love it. That's the one big benefit of, I guess not a benefit of COVID, but I think COVID really has given people the incentive to finally access that creative part of their brains and start writing more. I mean, I know with us, we've definitely done that. We've pretty much doubled our library of original songs since COVID first went down.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Sel Quintero also says, thanks. You rock, guys. Sel sending a virtual hug. Thanks, Sel.
Right at.
There's Ant saying hi to Sel. So tell me about what's the guitar players, what's the guitarist's viewpoint being in a metal / pseudo punk band? How does a guitarist, or in this case a team of guitarists, think, and what's the approach from a guitarist point of view to delivering the most powerful message possible?
I think what we we tend to have whatever song it is, and it's probably who writes the main riff. One of us will kind of hold down the main rhythm riff, and the other one kind of puts textures on top of it with we're not going to be Joe Satriani here and shred, but the texture on top of the main riff. And I think where we come up with the punk and the metal side of it is we're a down-tuned band, which is probably more metal, but our playing style and songwriting and definitely lyrical content leans more towards the punk side at times. Albert's not going to write songs about strippers in LA. We're definitely going to come from a more thoughtful standpoint, a more historical standpoint, a more like Wendy, make you think, not just be bass is the word I would put it. So From the guitar side, I just think we try to do things that we're not always doing the exact same thing, but it makes it sound. And we started as a one guitar band, and Albert just came in as a singer, and then like I don't even remember what, I think he brought a guitar one time to show us a song he had written, and I was like, geez, what the hell are you doing not playing guitar? And it just made it sound bigger to have two guitars. And then the big thing that I was having trouble with in the band originally is that there was any type of lead work, I would feel like it would just become, the rhythm would drop out and it would sound a little bit weaker. And now if Al's doing a lead, I still have the rhythm chunking behind it, or vice versa. So it always sounds big throughout the whole song. So I mean, it's been invaluable to have Al play guitar, and probably one of the biggest, changes we made that really took us to another level, in my opinion.
Yeah, and having two guitars also gives you, it gives you two influences. You take Joe's influences in more of the, late 90s, early 2000s metal and the old 70s punk style. And then me, I played acoustic guitar, like Grateful Dead, Fleetwood Mac style, like bluegrass for the first 10 years of me playing guitar. And then only then jumped into electric when I started playing in bands and realized, I needed one. So having those two influences were really able to make our songs that more dimensional. Because Joe has a lot of really great hard chugging rhythms, and I know a lot of really big extended chords to kind of just give a little bit of nuance to things. And then Paul, our bassist, Paul, that's just a whole nother level. We're a very bass driven band, so a lot of times we can even run off of him, and the guitarists are following him more than the bassist following the guitar. So we all kind of do an individual part in making songs. It's really fun. And then tone is always a thing. It's always super fun to I'm a big gear tweaker, so I'm always bringing in new pedals or new guitars or everything, always trying to get the perfect tone that I'm searching for. There was a point in 2019 where it was every other practice I had a new guitar and I had a new pedal and I had a new amp, and just trying to dial it in. I just think that's one of the most fun things about being a guitarist, is being able to play with your tone like that.
Well, on that note, fruitcake, and I'm gonna definitely want to talk about that a little bit more if possible. Fruitcake Tony will start. Hey, Will and Janice, Lala saying hi, Tony. See, that's what I love about my chat room, is that we're all one big family. And that's one of the things I really enjoy about doing this show. So, what's the what is Joe? What about yourself? What's guitar to you, man? Playing guitar and Defiant and getting your message across.
I'm more. I use some effects. Al really adds more of the effect-driven textures to the band. I'm pretty much straight into Marshall, DSL, and I have some effects for leads, like a gain boost and a delay. But I'm not a huge effects person. But the effect I probably use the most is a wah pedal. I just like the way that sounds with leads and adds just a different sound to it. And probably, I guess both punk and metal use wah, but it's probably more metal. But I don't run a whole lot of effects. My main tone is just a tube Marshall and I let Al pretty much hang in the mids, and I occupy more of the lows and some of the highs, but that's kind of how we break it down.
Well, so are you guys a very big fan of modeling or direct out? Building a direct out tone so you don't have to worry about lugging around cabinets. And are you guys a big fan of going direct out and modeling?
I need something behind me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
I
that's cool.
love the convenience that, like, if I had like $2,000 to just shit out my pants to buy a Kemper, I would buy a Kemper in a heartbeat. It's just not financially advisable for me to do that, or a Helix. I mean, the Fractal 3 looks awesome. And people who go direct, it's super sick. I think modeling is the best it's ever been, and you can get great tones out of a modeler. But there's some, just the aesthetic of having 4x12 pushing air behind me is something I just can't live without yet. I need something behind me. I need the aesthetic of there being amps on stage, and maybe it's the raw DIY sort of grungy, dirty aesthetic about it. But yeah, I mean, I would use a modeler if I could, but there's something about having physical pedals and turning dials on the fly and shit not quite working right. It's fun. I like it.
Well, Cutter Savage is here. Now, Cutter's another good friend of mine, and he's got a righteous video coming out for Revelator. And if you guys are into visual power, visual story, hit up Cutter on Facebook. Check out Revelator, his video for Revelator. And
Cutter Savage. All right, we'll check it out.
I found it being very, very inspiring, you know. So a big shout out to Cutter Savage. And Marcy's asking me, do I have a link? Do you have a link, Will? Yeah, there's the links are down in the description box, Marcy. And that's something to look into doing. But check out the links in the description box for the show. Air Jan saying hi to Taylor.
Our messages are open, so.
What's that?
So our messages are open, so please, everybody who's in the chat, come by, say hello, talk to us.
Exactly. Yeah, Marcy, go over to Facebook, do like a share your window, and do like a dual view, and go say hi in the chat. They're open.
Yeah.
And there's Cutter right there. Hello, Janice. Dude, thanks for a shout out. Well, Cutter, come on, man. You know me better than that. No worries. Marcy's saying awesome. Thank you. Already did. Awesome. So have you guys checked out just a little maybe something to think about when all this stuff is finally over with and we get through the aftermath of everything, the fallout of everything, and get back somewhat back on our 2 feet again? Have you guys ever checked out the Using Kentner Black Spirit 200?
You said
I missed that.
Well, let me tell you, I'm a real big. I really love Using Kentner. I've never owned any of their products personally, but what I use right now, I'm a Friedman user. I have like a whole bunch of Friedman drive pedals, and I like running that and through the Cleat channel, through my Boss Katana, and my running stereo in my Positive Grid Spark.
I also use the Spark.
Yeah, the Spark's pretty cool. Bill Eagleson, I shared the link. I shared the link to this on Essential Guitarist and my wall. Oh, cool. Thank you, Bill.
Thanks, Bill.
Thank you very much.
Bill, you're beautiful.
Now, I mean, I can understand I can understand gotta have something behind you. I grew up in the Jimmy Page, Marshall Orange, Theremin, Violent Vogue, 59 Hertz stage of life. And I get it. I totally get it. And my good friend Marcy Douglas says it all right here. It's all about building a community. Absolutely.
Yeah, most definitely.
Absolutely. But I gotta tell you, with technology being as good as it is and as it's gotten, it's not breaking the bank to get a using Kentner Black Spirit 200. They certainly don't cost as much as the Axe Effect 3. Certainly don't cost as much as the Helix, and it's very, very organic. So, be it that I'm talking to 2 other guitar players, I just thought that I'd just throw that out there.
Right on.
Cool.
I like the orange. I currently use an orange CR120. I just like orange has a really good mid range, and it's where I like to hang. I like a more mid focused guitar. So and just Joe's just the classic Marshall sound. And I mean, in my personal opinion, I think the cranked Marshall is probably the best guitar sound that there is. So I think it's super fitting. But I mean, like Friedman's super sick too. I've been eyeballing getting what is it, the BEOD pedal?
Yeah.
The Friedman BEOD is super sick. It's a really nice drive. If I were to put another drive on my board, I just like the preamp in that. So if I were to get like a preamp pedal, I think the BEOD would be solid.
Right here.
Yes, sir. Oh, it's the big one too. Oh man, I didn't know there was a deluxe version. Okay.
Yeah, 2 of them. Get 2 for the price of 1, man.
So what does it have? Does it have 2? Is it just a 2-channel, or is it like a top boost?
It's a 2-channel.
Oh, right on. Yeah.
So you could take 1 and just keep the gain on 9. You want to dime the volume though.
Yeah.
And then you hit the 2nd channel, put the gain on about 12, and again dime the volume. But by diming the volume, it's just like cranking the power amp master on a Friedman head.
Right on. Yeah.
This thing sounds just like the B100.
Right.
It's the same circuit, the same preamp circuit. It just comes in an affordable chassis.
Right. Yeah.
And you don't have power amp tubes. You should, if you guys would like to find a good overdrive pedal to plug straight into your little 4-track or your DAW, however that you guys are recording your music, your original or music, what have you, this pedal right here will do it. And
right on. Yeah.
It's just organic and thick. It's really amazing that technology has gotten this pristine. I remember when I had my first distortion pedal, an orange MXR Distortion Plus.
Still good though.
That's considered one of the holy grails now. Pretty funny.
Yeah.
And also, because I'm talking to a couple of fellow guitarists, check this out. After all this COVID stuff is over with, tuners never leave home without them.
There you go. Yeah.
Never leave this right here. This is the saving grace. The saving grace. Oh, I just saw something in the chat. Sorry, Marcy. I saw something in the chat that guys got to check out. Oh, by the way, Marcy Douglas has a Friedman guitar for sale. I saw it yesterday, and Marcy and I had a meeting, and I saw quite a few of her guitars, and she showed me this black Friedman. It's like a super strat.
Yeah.
Right.
Man, I just got
Those are nice.
got a different guitar. I just got another backup to my A440 guitar setup tuning. I didn't know that she was going to sell it. Marcy, you should have told me yesterday. I didn't know that. That's cool. Essential guitarist, nice. So, if they're on the replay, if there's any young guitarists that, aspiring to be guitarists and perfect their craft and learn their craft, what would be the advice that you guys would give to anybody just starting out with this whole journey called music?
Play every day.
Yeah. Play. The
All
best
styles,
gear
all
is the
styles.
gear. The best gear is the gear you can afford. And if it's playable, use it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with picking up $119 Squire Bullet Strat and a little Fender amp. If that's what you can afford, get it and run it. It's not about the fancy gear you have. It's about the work you put into it. But yeah, experiment, play some fun, play stuff you want to learn, and don't take what you see online as what you're not. It's what you can be.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. I think everybody can use some inspiration. What is the inspiration that both of you guys have found? The inspiration that both of you have to keep picking up your guitar and keep trying to perfect your craft?
Just
Keep
so
it in
that our
eyesight.
drummer cannot have to work again.
Yeah, apparently. So our drummer can make millions of dollars.
Doesn't have to work.
Yeah. Now keep it in your eyesight. Wherever you spend the most time in your house, keep your guitar there, or your instrument of any kind. Make sure it's always in your field of view. That's going to make you want to pick it up. So if your bedroom is where you spend most of your time, keep a guitar in there. If your living room is where you spend most of your time, keep a guitar in there. Keep it in sight that you have to look at it, because eventually you're going to want to pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you're just, dicking off and noodling for 20 minutes, that's better than not picking it up at all.
And don't get discouraged.
Yeah.
I can put one day and be trash and actually just be a little less trash. You never know it's going to be.
Yeah.
The next time you pick it up, you could write a great song. You never know.
Also record yourself. Playing. Watch it back. Be your own critic. Record yourself during a practice session, and then, a day later, watch that video back and see, okay, well, here's where I can improve. Oh, I see I'm doing this wrong or doing this weird, and then work on that. Be your own critic and save yourself the trouble of, paying for lessons, or pay for lessons. I mean, hey.
So are both of you guys self-taught?
I am, yeah.
Yeah, I am as well. I never took a lesson, obviously.
That's all right. Let me tell you, the great Edward Van Halen was self-taught too. And you know what? That says something about being self-taught. Crafting your own vision, crafting your own sound, crafting your own way, crafting your own steps, and your own footprints in life. I say go for it. Are you guys familiar with the Neurotic Outsiders?
No.
Yeah, I am.
Steve Jones, who was in the Sex Pistols. It was Steve Jones, John Taylor from Duran Duran, Duff McKagan playing guitar, and Matt Sorum was on drums. And let me tell you something, their stuff, I still listen to it today. Their stuff just 4 chords, their music just 4 chords, 5 chords, short bridges, straight up just rock, straight up rock and roll. And I also found that connection too with Social Distortion, and as I'm a big Mike Ness fan. I'm a big Social D fan. It just, songs that like Highway 101, Prison Bound, covering Johnny Cash's Ring of Fire. There's just something to say about the importance of simplicity. That's pretty cool.
Bruce Springsteen can make it into the Rock Hall of Fame, and he can only play an E and an A chord. Anything's possible.
Yeah. Well, it's true. It's true.
It's what it is, man.
Oh. Sal would like me to ask you, Will Stark, can you ask Defiant why 17055?
It was my cell block number. No.
Yeah,
it's
the key. It's the key to the kingdom.
It's the zip code, the town that we formed in, mainly because there was already a Defiant somewhere over in Ukraine or something like that, so we had to have an add-on. And yes, looking back now, I wish I would have chose something different than 17055, but you're kind of branded and stuck now.
Yeah.
So, because I moved on in 17055, nobody's in 17055 at this point, so that's the interesting part.
Bill's laughing. That's funny. Marcy says, Marcy says, I didn't know either. Sal says, the key of your kingdom. Sounds good. Yeah, that's it. I really like Sal.
I wish it had a better story, but it doesn't.
Yeah, no.
No, it's not about, it's about sincerity, man. But it's about being honest and being honest with yourself. At least, that's what I try to keep this whole thing all about. And everything is a growth. Everything is, steps in a growth, climbing up that ladder of life, scaling that mountain that we all have in front of us right now, and taking courage and knowing we can do it, and knowing that those we care about that are still with us can do it also. So what are the plans? What are like festival plans and gigging plans? What does the band want to do after all this whole nightmare is over with?
Destroy the GOP.
Oh boy.
Want to expound on that?
No, don't expound on that.
We have one festival that we're playing in August at this point. Bearing that we can keep the numbers down, people will keep wearing their fucking masks. And we have a benefit show coming up in a few months. Is that May or June?
Yeah, May. I think it's Children's
May.
Miracle Network.
Yeah.
May.
So we're doing a charity show there. But I mean, we're keeping things pretty loose right now. Really trying to just focus on everybody's health, both for us and for anybody that follows us. Anybody that's going out, wants to go out to shows. I mean, the sooner that everybody can kind of buckle down and wear their masks, stay socially distanced, and stay healthy and safe, and the sooner we, flatten the curve out of the virus and, give a chance for everybody to get vaccinated and get healthy again, the sooner we can get back to shows. But we really kind of need to band together and actually unify as a country to make that happen.
Now, would that be the 4-day show in West Virginia?
Yeah.
Yeah, Metal in the Mountains. Yeah, I think that I personally think it's going to be a slow road back to normalcy, if it's even ever normal again like it was, but a new normal. I actually think there will be we have festivals booked behind the scenes that haven't been announced yet. Some of them I hold out hope for this year. Some of them I'm fairly doubtful will happen depending on, the size. But I do think there will be a window where it will be safe again, but the big bands of the world, the Metallicas, Godsmack, those level bands aren't going to be touring yet because they didn't have the time to route the tour and to book the tour and to promote the tour. So the mid-level to lower-level bands may have an opportunity to be playing and getting exposure and getting their music out, while the bigger bands are really waiting till probably 2022. And so the Metal in the Mountains Festival is probably a mid-level festival that can most likely happen, especially given the time period is end of August, the summer. Usually numbers go down a little bit. Hopefully people get vaccinated and do what they're supposed to do. That one I would think that one's going to happen. And again, there's some big names on that, like Soulfly, Butcher Babies, Attila. Yeah, but overall, that festival is more a mid-tier band bill, and I think that it will bring a lot of people out that want live music and are ready to return and are healthy to come out, and that's what they're going to be able to see, because the big bands aren't going to be back out there quite yet. So I do think there's an opportunity there for certain mid-tier bands and down to make a name for themselves, while the big boys are counting money at home and waiting.
Well, I mean, I think that from what I've been seeing, I've been noticing on Twitter and been noticing on YouTube, and I've been noticing that a lot of the big names have been kind of quiet, and I mean, there are some that are speaking out, and there's some that that are doing like live stream stuff, and then there's some that are just quiet, and they just want to play live, and that's what a band's for. They almost certainly. I'm really hopeful. I'm hopeful for you guys, and I'm hopeful for all the bands that I've had a chance to meet since doing my show. Are there any shout outs? Is there anybody you guys would like to give a shout out to?
Shout out to Jennifer Aniston. You my homegirl. Let's meet up.
Really cool.
Call me. Fly out to Central PA. Let's vibe.
Cool. Jennifer Aniston.
You're in LA. You're in Los Angeles County. Just go up. Just swing up.
Right on. Why not?
Shout out Curtain Call Records. You guys are wonderful. Shout out the rest of the members of the band. Everybody in the chat, shout y'all out. Y'all beautiful. I hope you're staying green, staying healthy. Find some reason to smile today. Yeah. Shout out to Dirtbag Clothing.
Cool.
Shout Black 35 Guitars, New Jersey. They're really sick. It's like a couple-man operation of custom guitars. if you like classic looking guitars, a little bit rough around the edges, Black 35s are super sick.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What about you, Joe? What about you, Joe?
Yeah, I would echo what Al said. Paul and Paul couldn't be here. So shout out to them. Shout out to everybody that ever come to a show, bought a ticket, bought a t-shirt, bought a CD, and shared a post. That is invaluable in this day and age, especially when you can't play shows. If we post a video or a song, we have a lot of loyal people that follow us. I hate to use the word fans. Their friends, their family. I appreciate anything they do to share post music. We've had people buy 5 copies of the CD and hand them out to the friends. That kind of thing is huge. So shout out to anyone that's ever done anything like that.
That's cool. Well, I'd just like to give a quick shout out to Curtain Call as well, to El Puerto Records, to Matt Bischoff over there at El Puerto, and thank him for all the awesome interviews I've had over the course of the last 6 months ago or so. Curtain Call Promotions as well. Everybody over there, Rock Rage Radio, Circuits of Dark Radio, Circuits of Dark Mauling, Circuits of Dark Clothing. I just want to thank James M. Remy, and I want to thank all of Personas and all of the brands that I've been fortunate enough to experience their gear. And I want to give a big shout out to you guys for coming on the show and for being a part of my dream today.
Thanks,
and
man.
for hanging out. You guys are important. You guys matter. You guys are guitar players. And you know what? That automatically makes you important. Makes both of you very important. And
Thank you.
I believe all your dreams are going to come true. I believe that the power of positive thought, the power of positive affirmation. I believe that. I believe that music is magic, and I believe that music is power. And I believe that Bill, I have to get back to work in a minute, but I wish you great success and all you seek to accomplish. Exactly. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you, Bill.
Sal Cuarteto, good vibe. See, that's what I'm talking about. See what I mean? Hey, Fruitcake Tony, thanks for stopping by today, man. Have a great day, and I'll see you at your show this Saturday. Show My Pick. Check out Fruitcake Tony's show. He has a killer show on YouTube, and he calls it Show My Pick, to where he basically had surrounded an entire show series around his guitar pick collection.
There you go.
Oh,
Pretty cool.
that's cool.
Pretty cool. They Janice, I just became a fan of yours on Reverb Nation. See what I mean?
Dennis, you're beautiful.
Awesome.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Awesome. Yeah.
We'll fan you right back.
Be who you are. Be who you are deep inside, and remember that deep inside we all have a voice to be heard. Whether it's on a cell phone, whether it's on a piece of paper, whether it's on a concert stage, we all have a voice to be heard. Anthony, Will, enjoyed it, my friend, and shout out to our label mates, Defiant. Hope to share the stage with you all one day. 7. Janice,
Evan,
thank you.
thank you very much.
Much love, Aunt.
See, that's awesome. So before I let you guys go, I just well, not yeah. If you guys have a few minutes, hang out, be cool. Being guitar players and all, I have a few things to show you guys. But for everybody who wants to know more about Defiant, where can all my good family of dreamers go to find out everything that there is about Defiant?
Twitter, well, Facebook is our main, news source. But Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube channel, everything's Defiant 17055 on those. If you're on our Facebook page, you can hit the Shop Now button to buy merch, CDs, vinyl. We have all that up there. Spotify, Apple Music. The EP, the Anarch-EP is out on all the streaming platforms. You can get it on Apple Music. If you're still one of those people that actually buys physical CDs, you can contact us at the Facebook page. I don't even know. I don't know if my truck has a CD player in it these days. Everything's Bluetooth, but some people still want it. And what else? Anything else, Al?
No, I think that's it.
Check out Defiant, everybody. Check out Defiant. Check out all their links. Go be a part of their Facebook community and go out and watch them and enjoy their raw, unadulterated message of power. And enjoy the music, because the music is king and the music is important. Very, very important. Thanks, everybody. Keep your eyes out on more show links coming up. I've got some big guests coming up. Well, to me, they're big. Everybody's a big guest to me, to be honest with you. But I've got some good guests coming up in the next several weeks. The show is starting to working. I'm being booked up till almost the summer now. So let's all stick together, be positive, stand for something. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. At least that's what I was told.
Yeah, man.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for hanging out on this obscure...
Thanks, Will.
This obscure
Thanks, Will. Appreciate it.
Hey, everybody. Be positive, be loving, stay inspired, be kind. There's my dumb thumb. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for always being here. Be inspired. Embrace music and embrace each other. Let's get through this crap together. Be good, you guys. So,
stay healthy.
On that note,
be safe. Enjoy life. Find some reasons to smile.